All right, guys, it's gonna be a little update video on my 98 two-door coupe. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, what you're looking at is actually my swap two-door coupe. It's a 98 RS, original RS in Rally Blue, and it's got a 2004 WRX engine and tranny, which is an EJ205 US domestic model. It's a 2-liter turbo motor. I don't know, makes probably about 225 horsepower stock. This is my little Subaru-only shop. It's a DIY Subaru channel. It's a channel where all I do is Subaru builds and race Subaru vehicles in motorsport events. It's a DIY themed channel where I walk you guys through the steps to get your Subarus back on the road and hopefully do a little racing of your own. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. For you guys, this is gonna be a little update video. As you can see, the engine is pretty much sorted. The driveline's pretty much sorted. The brakes are pretty much sorted. I got the 4 pots in the front with some nice slotted rotors. They're actually just grooved. They're not fully slotted. And then the rear, you guys probably already know this. I got the 2 pots with little adapters and some drilled rotors right there. And the car looks pretty good from the outside, except for the interior. So I'm working on the interior now. And that's what these videos are gonna be on. So this is basically gonna be part 1 of a bunch of videos. They're gonna be a series on doing the interior of a GC coupe. And I'll start off by telling you about the carpet. So as you guys can see, I have this carpet stripped out. I'm replacing the carpet with a new OEM carpet, which I have right here. I'll show you guys that install in a new video. So this is a brand new OEM carpet with the padding. And incidentally, that carpet that you just saw is for a sedan or a coupe. The actual floor pan of these cars is the same for the coupe or for the 4-door sedans. So it doesn't really matter which carpet you guys can get, it'll be the exact same. The difference is actually where the doors come in. On the sedans, the doors are actually further back for that second door. It actually comes over the rear wheel. On the coupes, obviously there's no door right there, it's just a single door. So that means this part of the body actually extends further, covering more of that rear seating area. But this seating area is actually the exact same distance on the coupe and on the sedan from the firewall. In other words, it's the exact same dimensions. Okay, the other thing is these plastic little trim pieces. Because this pan is the same for the sedans or for the coupes, these plastic trim pieces, which cover your basically some of your electrical and some of your return fuel lines, these plastic pieces are what you're going to want to have anytime you put a carpet over, because they provide that nice smooth transition and that kind of nice buffer for the carpet to basically be supported by. And incidentally, so these plastic pieces, the ones from the sedan or from the coupe will actually fit because these plastic pieces don't go up the side. They just kind of go back to the rear seating area. And since that seating area is the same distance, these plastic pieces work for the 4 doors, Outback Sports, or any Impreza model from 1993 through 2001. That will work for a 2-door coupe. So good thing to know. What else? So I've actually been cruising the junkyard. You guys will see there's some tape here. So some of the factory sound insulation has been removed, but some of it's actually still remaining. I'm not gonna fuck with that at all. I'm just gonna put the new carpet down. I've cleaned everything, so it's like spick and span, spot clean. And I put a couple pieces of tape over some of the holes just to create a little bit more of a sound buffer and to block some moisture that might come through and get that carpet. I don't want this carpet to get wet at all. I want to be totally dry surface in here. Okay, what else in here? It's kind of dark in here. It's a little dark in here, but I'll just show you guys this little foot bracket. This is like your dead pedal bracket. This was missing in my car, so I had to go get this from a junkyard. I got that from a 2001 Outback Sport from a local junkyard. And then there's actually one more piece. This little fuse panel is just like zip tied in here. It didn't have the bracket. There's actually a little bracket that this panel snaps into, and it's bolted up to the top right here. So this fuse panel is actually now rigidly mounted in the exact right location. So when I put the dash back here, the lower dash trim pieces, that little door, that access little hatch will line up perfectly with where these are. So that's important. Incidentally, I also got some like little new pedals, kind of dark in here, but I actually got the WRX pedals that kind of match this style pedal with the little rubber snubbers that I'll put in. I'll make a little video on that, I guess. That'll be like a 30-second video. What else? Basically, the sound deadening material has been removed from the seating area in the back. That's fine. No panels there. I have all the panels though. All the panels are out right now. So what you're looking at is a car that's pretty much stripped out in the interior. I'll get in here and show you guys a little better shot, right? So obviously, nothing in here. No headliner, none of the A pillar or B pillar or C pillar trim pieces are in here. None of the interior panels in the rear or in the front are in here. Incidentally, I kind of like this look. It'd be kind of cool to show to have a panel that was like custom fit to show these like things. But I got all kinds of screws and holes in here. It's all damaged. Mine's all screwed up here. I do have one panel put in right here as a test piece so you can guys see. So that's the RS panels. I'm not even sure if this RS came with the 98 RS came with these panels, but these are I had to source new panels, new seats, a whole new interior, because this car when I got it was fully stripped. It actually had a roll bar in it and bucket seats, like basically bride replica seats in it, bride Lomax replicas with the roll bar. It was badass. It's a badass setup. But I actually want to go back to a stock interior. So I have a stock seats, stock door panels, new carpet. I bought a bunch of new dash components. So I have a bunch of new dash pieces coming. I had to source a center console, and I found a center console that worked for that. So we're putting this sucker together, and I'm going to walk you guys through it in these videos. All right, let me walk around and show you else what I got. This is something I'll get into in the next video, but as I was going through this, I found out that these window motor little plugs that plug into your window switches, this is actually for the 2004 WRX, not for my 98 RS Coupe. So this harness was switched out too. I know this car was merged, so I think they might have done the whole harness and include this one, but I'm actually gonna have to swap out this little harness plug with the RS harness plug, and so I can use the factory door panels and the factory little switch panels. So that's gonna be fun. I'll do that with you guys. What else we got over here? Oh, these are just some of the hardware, little bits and pieces I've gotten from the junkyard recently. So anytime you guys go to the junkyard, you know, you might want to fill your pockets with some of these OEM bits and pieces, like the screws and all the little plugs and little adapters and clips and stuff. Oh yeah, this is a video I gotta make. I kind of owe this guy a video for sure. Guys, sorry about this. ASF Machine, check them out, guys. These guys make some great Subaru specific parts. I'm gonna do a little video on this real short. This will be one of the next videos. These are parts to install cam seals and your main seal. Just some stuff I'm getting rid of. Again, this is that carpet, so give you guys a little bit better view of what this OEM carpet looks like. That's a factory carpet. Like I said, this carpet can be for a sedan or the coupe, 1993 through 2001. It'll all fit. It's the same pan, same floor pan. All right, moving around the car here. Engine's looking really nice. So I actually got the door harness, and I'm gonna have to de-pin this little clip and use that for the driver's door window motor plug. Some window motor plugs. So actually these little plugs, these little switch panels for the window motors on coupes are specific to the coupes. You can't use the ones for the sedans because the sedans obviously have the rear windows, and these don't have the rear windows, right? These just have the front windows because there are no rear windows, and then the locks. So I've actually been sourcing these, and of course, like I found the front plates for the gray, but they didn't have actually the motors and the switches in them, and then these ones have the motors and the switches in them, so I have to transfer the motors and switches from these tan plates into the gray ones. That way I have the gray set that I can use my door panels. So that's what that whole nonsense is about. This is part of the stuff that's gonna go with the roof panel, or the, not the roof panel, what's it called? The, what's it called? The roof panel, basically. Can't think of it right now. It's on top of my head. This is actually the light setup. This is actually the rear view mirror, obviously. This is the rear light. Got kind of those really cleaned up, looking good. The headliner, that's what it is, the headliner. The headliner, I couldn't remember the word for the headliner. Here's the headliner, and I should have done a video on this, you guys. This headliner was nasty. I'm not 100% sure if the headliners all fit, like for the sedan or the coupe, all model years. It might. I mean, obviously you need the sunroof, but this one was nasty. It was kind of hard to find. I found it locally because they're big and bulky and they're easy to get damaged. Long story short, this thing looked all nasty. It had all kinds of like debris and marks on it, and I basically used my steam cleaner, my vacuum carpet cleaner that basically, you know, steam cleans it with hot water and then sucks it out at the same time. I did it over 2 cycles and got this thing almost looking just spotless. You can see a little bit of staining in it, but no, virtually none. I mean, this thing's looking beautiful. So I'm gonna install this headliner in one of these next couple videos too. And I'll do a video on that, I guess, for sure, because you guys are gonna wanna see that. Okay, one of the rear quarter panels. What are we looking at here? The seats. These are basically the rear seats and the front seats. Quarter panels. I got a bunch of these little grab bars for the roof in the car. This actually pulls down. This is actually one of these plastic pieces that hold the carpet down in the car. Just some sun visors I had to source. This is actually the top of the center console in gray because I couldn't find a black one earlier, so I got a gray one, but I actually found a black one just the other day. These are some pieces for the center console. This is actually that e-brake surround and the power mirror adjustment. This is that center console, kind of pop-up dash, cubby. I actually had to find these out of a junkyard because one of the vents, I'll show you, I got a pile full of parts over there on the other side of the shop. One of the vents like wouldn't turn left and right smoothly. It was like broken on the inside. So I got a new one from that 2001 Outback Sport that I've been stripping in the junkyard. Those are all black. That's something nice about the vents. The vents seem to be all black, I think, if you're the gray or the black interiors. Okay, just more of the under the dash, lower panels, glove box for the dash. This is actually a C pillar and the B pillar, one unit for the coupes. These are not easy to come by, you guys. So if you ever have these or you're stripping out your car, keep them or definitely try to sell them for a decent price. These are a couple of strut tower braces. One of those will go on at the end. I got one from White Line, and I got the factory carbon fiber STI strut tower brace. These are actually those window switch motors for the 2004 WRX that I told you fit for the driver's side. Incidentally, it's odd that the passenger side looks like it's the same for the GC chassis and the GD chassis, which is a 2004 WRX. It looks like they're exactly the same. I'll have to double check the pin locations. Okay, these is a bunch of White Line parts I got. I got kind of a semi-sponsor for White Line. Really wasn't sponsorship. They just gave me 20% off, which they give on big sales anyways. But basically, White Line, these are for the rear sway bar, end links, sway bars, front and rear. I got 2 sway bars. I don't recall the millimeters at this time. And then this is actually the vent for the windshield. I actually had to source a new one of these because mine was all nasty and fucked up. This I also got from that junkyard, that Outback Sport and junkyard, and I've actually coated it and let it sit for a couple days with this stuff, Mother's Back to Black. So I cleaned it real good with soapy water and then coated it with this and let it soak in, did a couple coats of that. And that really kind of reimpregnates this plastic with some lubricant stuff that helps with the UV protection and stuff like that and gives it a really good finish. Okay, these are just like your trailing arms. Right here I got your trailing arms with ball mounts or whatever you call spherical ends. That actually gives you a little bit less slop in your rear suspension, the rear suspension components. These are your lateral links, same thing with the spherical ends. Less slop, a lot stiffer, and a lot more feedback from your suspension to your ass. And then a bunch of miscellaneous pieces, some old mirrors that I took off on the driver's side. What is this? These are fender liners. These are new fender liners I'm going to put in the front fenders. They have fender liners that you want to replace. Just some miscellaneous vents and stuff I have. That's about it. These little guys. These are for the vent. These are the what do you call it? The felts for the windows. I'm going to basically clean those up or replace those. And a bunch of other miscellaneous little odds and ends. Oh, I guess I'll show you the door panels on the other side. I didn't show you those. And of course, right here, these are those factory door panels. You know, incidentally, guys, all of these like two-door coupe components that are specific to the two-door coupe are really going to become very rare and hard to come by, especially the ones you can't buy in the factory or from the dealerships and you haven't been able to buy from the dealerships for a long time. These door cards are definitely a prime example. And I'm telling you, it's already started to go up in price. I've seen the price of these go on eBay slowly from, 200-ish to 300-ish to recently, I even saw somebody trying to sell a set of these two-door panels for $1,000 on eBay. So mark my words, these suckers are gonna definitely go up to ridiculous prices for all these components, especially for the two-door coupe specific ones. Okay, I might as well let you guys see this. This is definitely part of the build. This is a factory RS bumper. The 98, this car right here is a 98. So I'll go show you the front bumper again so you can take a good look at it. Check out the front bumper on this car. Boom. This is a factory RS coupe, 1998. And it's the only year, 1998, where they had that L-looking bumper. The basically budget, basic L bumper, standard bumper. They didn't bring in that European and Japanese domestic market GC8 bumper until the next year, 1999, where they introduced this RS bumper for the US domestic model, of course, with the US domestic bumper beam that actually was a lot heavier and a lot more rigid to pass the US crash test standards. So from 99 through 2001, the RSs in US market actually came with this type of bumper. And I got one sourced from the dealership. So this is a factory OEM bumper. These lights are not OEM, these are actually the depot ones, but I like that yellow, especially when you pair the yellow against the blue. I think it looks really nice. And I got a couple pieces. Oh, I got the clear corners right here. You can kind of see. I'm gonna pull this out so you can see a little better. So basically, I'll have this bumper painted blue. These will be the clear, this will be yellow. And then back here is just a center console that I'm working on gathering some components for. I basically had to order the shifter surround that goes right here. I've got the e-brake kind of console area, bezel, and then I had to find a lid. Couldn't find one anywhere in the US. I had to order one from a guy in Germany on eBay. It wasn't that expensive. It's just gonna take a little while to get here, but it's kind of annoying. And then, oh yeah, last thing. These, I got these skirts, the side skirts. Gonna install these, and I got all the factory little hardware components that you need to install these skirts. So I'm gonna walk through the installation process for these little factory skirts. And as you guys can see, mine have a little bit of chipping because somebody painted them previously and then were repainted, it looks like. I don't know what happened to these things. So I gotta paint these suckers. Just give them a light coat of satin black exterior trim paint and then reinstall those. And okay, while I'm talking about these little bottom trim pieces, I'll give you guys a full update. I also pulled these little mud flaps off the Outback Sport I was stripping in the junkyard. These are from the 2001 Outback Sport. And these little mud flaps go kind of like right here, like this. You can see that very well. The lighting's not that great, but that's how that's gonna look. And I think it looks kind of sweet. And I think it's gonna look good with the side skirts. It's gonna kind of lower the back since I don't have the rear little fairings on the bumper. So I don't know, I'm gonna throw these on and see what you guys think with having these little mud flaps. Of course, these are the OEM mud flaps. If you guys aren't figuring it out by now, basically the theme for this car is, whoa. Knocking shit all over the place here. What I was saying was basically, if you guys haven't figured it out by now, the theme for this car is I definitely want to have this thing virtually stock on the interior. So I want to have a completely stock, clean interior on this car. I want to keep it blue. I love the original blue. I'm not going to mess with the original color of the car. It's a rare color. It's a rare color combo. It's a rare color option and coupe option for this car for this year. So I'm going to keep the color. I'm going to put back all the original interior components, keep it completely stock. And then of course I have a swapped engine, so it's not completely stock driveline, and that's fine. That's the way it should have been. With this swapped engine, what I've basically done is made this car into a US version of a GC8 because it's got that 2-liter turbo engine and the full RS interior. So that's my plan for this car. That's the update for this video. Thanks a lot for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. My name's Luke. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you want to check out my SubaruONLY Amazon store, check out the link below. I really appreciate you guys checking out the video. Take it easy, guys. Talk to you later.